What's going on, everybody? Roger Rabbit Showdown here, and today I'm bringing you week 1 of the GBA D-League. Week 1, my battle is against Miguel, aka Mega Mogwai. As you can see, his team is there. His link will be in the description, of course. I brought a Celebi, Weavile, Mega Aerodactyl, Gyarados, Victini, and Hariyama. My Celebi is scarfed with Healing Wish. My Weavile is Life Orb with 4 attacks, which includes Low Kick. My Mega Aerodactyl has 3 attacks and Toxic for Zalamomola. My Gyarados is Leftovers, Sub DD with Dual Stab, Bounce, and Waterfall. My Victini is defensive with Sub Will-O-Wisp, Blue Flare, and Energy Ball. And my Hariyama is Assault Vest with Special Defense Investment to take on any of his special attackers that he has. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the battle, and I'll see you in the battle. Alright, so Miguel is issuing the challenge, and I will accept that. I'm going to lead with my Scarf Celebi because it takes on a lot of stuff on his team, and I kind of predicted him to lead with Greninja, so I thought Celebi was a good lead overall. I don't really want to stand on the Zapdos. The fact that he led with it kind of leads me to believe that he's offensive, so I'm not going to do that. Gonna switch into Assault Vest Hariyama because don't really think this thing can touch me that much. I mean, that Volt Switch did like nothing, and that's pretty well invested Zapdos. He's gonna go into Mega Mawile, which is of course going to scare me out because it can OHKO me with a Play Rough. So I'm gonna go and switch out into Victini. Again, this is a physically defensive Victini, so it can take on basically anything this thing wants to throw at it, except for a knockoff. He's just gonna go for a Play Rough, I believe. Yes, that's gonna be the Play Rough. I'm gonna take that relatively well. I don't think he wants to stay in though. I do show him the lefties here, so he knows I'm probably gonna be some kind of defensive variant. I'm gonna go for the sub on the predicted switch. Not really sure what he was gonna go into. He ends up going into Hippowdon, which is fine. I do have the Energy Ball, which will do a decent amount to the Hippowdon. I was debating bringing Grass Knot, but it wouldn't do that much to Alamola, so I thought Energy Ball was probably the better option. I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp on the Hippowdon, just to kind of get rid of any offensive capabilities that it could have. So, yeah, I'm going to burn it as he goes for Stealth Rocks. Probably should have brought a Defogger to this game. I didn't really do that, and I have a lot of things that are weak to Rock. So, that is my phone, I'm sorry. I'm going to go for Energy Ball here. And it's gonna do an okay amount, I guess. It does about half. And he is just going to go for Roar and roar me out. Luckily, I do get roared out into Machammo, the Gyarados. You know, I was debating whether or not to go for Sub or Dragon Dance because he had already shown the Roar, but I didn't think he'd really want to stay in on Gyarados, and wow, there's a lot of after turn effects going on right now. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna go for the substitute, I believe, on the switch out of Hippowdon, and he's gonna bring in Kanye West, the Alamomola. Now, at this point, I didn't really think he'd bring anything to hit me, mostly because Alamomola is pretty weak offensively. Especially offensively anyway, so I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance, not knowing what he's going to want to go for. But now he ends up revealing the God Almighty HP Electric, which is going to end up breaking my substitute, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, props to him for bringing that. So yeah, he went for the HP Electric like a lord. And broke my my sub. And I'm gonna go for Bounce now because it would do a decent amount. I was wondering if he'd have Protect here. Wasn't really sure. Going for Bounce, and it does not that much. And I get a Para, which I really would not have wanted on this Alamomola. And get hurt by Rocky Helmet, and get Toxicked. So, a lot of damage coming on the Gyarados right now. And this turn I was kind of frustrated with everything that just had happened. So I'm going to make a really bad play and just stay in and go for Waterfall, getting a Paraflinch, but I'm going to end up doing less to him than he's going to do to me with Rocky Helmet plus Toxics. So that was a pretty bad play. Probably should have switched out. I'm pretty sure he just went for Wish on that turn anyway. And now I'm down to 60% when he has rocks up, and this is not looking good for Gyarados. So I'm going to end up switching out, maybe try to preserve it for later. Going to go out into Victini, and hope he doesn't go for Scald. Wasn't really sure what his moveset was at this point. But, yeah, he's going to go for Wish, and I don't think he's going to want to stay in here. I really didn't want him passing this Wish to anything on his team, especially that Hippowdon, and so I just went for the Energy Ball here. And thank God the Energy Ball does enough to take out his Hippowdon without getting the Wish. And there you go, Hippowdon is down first kill of the game, I do believe. And Victini's looking alright, above 50%, which is good, which means I can switch into rocks 2 more times. He's going to bring in Greninja though, which definitely threatens me out with basically anything that he has. Gonna go into Hariyama because I am Assault Vest, and right here he's gonna go for a Surf, which is a little bit interesting, but I guess I can't really knock that. After this turn, we're gonna see that he is not Life Orb, so I'm assuming he is Expert Belt because I know he likes that set a lot. So yeah, just gonna go for a knockoff, predicting the Alomola. Want to get that Rocky Helmet off of it, even if it means Hariyama getting damaged. And I'm going to switch out here and go into Machammo, the Celebi. Try to get some offensive pressure back. He's going to pull a double into, I think, Mega Mawile. Yeah, he's going to do that. Probably could have stayed in and gone for a close combat that turn, but it wouldn't have done much to the Alomola anyway. So I'm going to switch out, go into Machammo, which is Gyarados, and sack it to Mega Mawile right here. And at this point, I'm a little bit worried about Mega Mawile because Victini's pretty low, and Mega Mawile is looking like a big threat to my team. Probably should have prepared a little bit more for that, but it is week 1. I was just kind of getting used to everything here, and you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go into Victini to threaten it out. I believe I go for the sub. I think I go for Willow here. Yeah, I do go for Willow. Predicting him to maybe want to stay in and predicting me to go for sub. So I do go for the Willow, and you know, we do get the Zapdos with the burn, and yeah, Victini is not looking good though, which is bad because he has a Mega Mawile. I'm gonna go into Hariyama again to try to eat up this this incoming hit that he's going to go for, and he goes for Thunderbolt. Yeah, he's gonna go for Thunderbolt, and I'm about to die with Hariyama. Want to get a last-ditch effort fake out off, do some damage, get some burn damage. You may notice that that Zapdos did not flinch when I went for fake out, and that is because we're about to Sheer Force Hariyama with Ice Punch, because his Landorus would die to an Ice Punch if I had no investment with Sheer Force. So I kind of forgot that Sheer Force nullifies the fake out flinch chance. And this is where everything kind of goes downhill at this point. So, bring in Weavile. His Alomola was already knocked off, so knockoff's not going to do anything to him anyway. I just go for an Ice Shard because at this point I knew Zapdos was offensive and most probably Scarfed. So, I go for an Ice Shard, try to preserve Weavile, but it's probably all going to be in vain. Going to Celebi. He goes for the Wish, and I'm just going to go for a desperate Giga Drain here, hoping to catch something. I don't know. He switches in Mega Mawile, which was a really safe switch into Celebi at this point in the game, and I'm going to get a little bit of health back. Not really doing any damage to him, but it doesn't really matter because he has a Wish in the air anyway. And we're just kind of trading blows, but he's gonna end up, you know, getting the better end of all of that. Gonna go into Mega Aerodactyl, predicting the knockoff, and this does way too much. Look at how much this does. It doesn't even knock off my Mega Stone, and it does that much. which is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna go for Stone Edge on the Mawile, predicting some kind of switch because he thought I'd have EQ. We're gonna go for the Stone Edge, Mega Evolve, get that Mega Aerodactyl, which looks pretty awesome, and go for Stone Edge and miss, which is pretty cool. And he did tell me after that he is a Scarf Zapdos, but he ran enough investment to outspeed Adamant Mega Aerodactyl and not enough to outspeed Jolly, which ended up working out for me. So I do get to kill his Zapdos with my Mega Aerodactyl. Now at this point, since he brought it in on my my Mega Aerodactyl and outsped, I now know that this Greninja is Scarfed, and that basically means that I lose. So yeah, he's just gonna go for U-turn, and I'm just gonna pull some kind of shenanigans and try to, you know, get my differential a bit higher. So I'm gonna go, at this point I'm gonna go into Celebi and go for the Healing Wish, which he was not expecting. He told me after that it was a pretty cool set. I thought so as well. So yeah, we're gonna pass this Healing Wish off into Victini and try to pull some last ditch little thing going on here. And really my only chance at winning here was to get out of this encounter with Bisharp with a substitute so I could take on Greninja. But that's not really, he's not really gonna let me do that. He's just gonna continuously go for the knockoff to break my sub. He told me after that this Bisharp was Lumberry, so if I tried to burn him, it would have been really bad for me, which I didn't. I go for sub the first turn, and then I'm like, this isn't gonna work out. So I just go for the Blue Flare and take out his Bisharp. At this point, he basically sealed the game for himself with Scarf Greninja. He can outspeed and take out the last two things on my team. So yeah, he's just gonna bring in the guy, gonna bring in the Greninja, and just lock himself into Surf and pick up the game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Miguel, he prepared better than I did. That's really what it came down to this match. I really only had one thing for his Mega Mawile, which really hurt me in the end. Hopefully, we're definitely going to bounce back next week. I play John Origins next week. It's going to be a really good game. Hope you guys tune in for that. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Good game, Miguel, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.